do a little bit different, something different. It's not weight training, but it is boxing punching drills. Okay, just change it up a little bit so that it's more interesting for you, and not just doing weight training, right? Not just doing deadlifts, not just doing bench pressing, not just doing bicep curls, or just doing treadmill running. So we're going to change it up, add a little bit of variety in the workout routine, so that it's not so too much of a boredom for you, right? So we're going to first of all understand how to punch first, right? Punching is just not the shoulder, workouts for the shoulder. It is actually the entire body workout. So we want to try to learn how to punch so that the entire body works, not just the hands, okay? So for punching, what we can do is we can punch one. So you want to throw your punch out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Notice my hips are turning. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, right? You can see my hips are turning all the way. The shoulders facing this way, and then when I punch, I gotta turn my hip all the way so that my back is facing to you. Shoulder facing to you, back facing to you, okay? So let's give it a try. Let's not worry too much about wanting to hit the pad first. Get the technique right, and then the connection, the strike connection is going to happen, and you will notice later on it's going to be very strong, all right? Because your body is behind every punch. Now we also want to worry about your wrist. If your wrist is not strong enough to take the impact of the punch, your wrist can get injured. So just be careful with that. Make sure your wrist is engaged here. Make sure your wrist is flat, strong, and held this way. All right. Once you put it into the gloves, you can't see it yourself, but you just want to be careful. Right? You will know. You know that your wrist is going to hurt. Right? So you want to check your technique this way. So my recommendation is to learn how to punch without the gloves first. That way you can see yourself whether the wrist is straight or not. Right? Now, what I meant by that is, let's put on this Rob. Now Rob is holding up the pad. So if you punch and it goes this way, and your whole body is pushing behind it, you're going to get hurt. The wrist is going to sprain, or you're going to pull a muscle here. You want to be able to punch this way. Very straight. This is flat, right? So again, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Notice my hip is turning. In 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Keep your elbows a little bit bent, not hyperextended. Right? Not hyperextended for every punch. Your elbows are a little bit slightly bent. Let's say 99% extended, not 100% or 110% extended, but rather 99% extended. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? And turn the shoulder as much as you can. Turn your hip as much as you can, right? So after about punching about 50 times or 30 seconds, do about 3 sets of 30 seconds or 3 sets of 45 seconds. You're up to it, or even 60 seconds if you're really advanced into it. Then feel it in your abs and your lower back and your upper back and your chest and your shoulders, okay? So let's give it a try, Rob. I'm going to hold the pad and then for you to punch on. And just let's start off slow first, okay? And go 1, 2, turn your shoulders more, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You want to punch with your knuckles, with your wrist straight up. 9, 10. 1, 2. Send the body in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turn the body. 10. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. Okay, let's right now. If you don't have anybody to hold the pad for you, that's fine. You can punch it in the air. Shadow punching. That's how the boxers train for it, right? Shadow punching. 1, 2, 1, 2. The key thing here is, if you're not learning boxing, right? But this is something you can try, is to turn the hips. Turn, turn, turn. Let the hips drive. Right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Adds another dimension in the training. These days we have a lot. Our culture is sitting down so much that we almost do not move our hips. We do not move our lower back. So it's time to turn a little bit. Yes, a lot of professionals don't like turning the hips because they don't want to deal with the fact that it might hurt their back. But if you're doing it gradually over time, it will help improve your back health, and your spine will get stronger and better and more mobile, more agile. That way you don't, if you introduce the movement into it, if you introduce the range of motion into it, you have a better capacity to deal with anything, any twisting or any movement that involves twisting in your everyday life. So you get less chances of getting injured. Okay? So that's boxing drills, boxing punching drills. You can try it for 3 sets of 30 seconds with maybe 30 seconds rest, or 60 seconds rest, or 60 seconds punching drills with 60 seconds rest, or 120 seconds rest. Okay? So that's boxing punching drills.